We should have some confetti going off at the beginning of the show here today. Welcome back for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. I am your host, Chris Wright, along with Chief Deputy Matthew Wade from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. And our viewers have been showing out this week.
I tell you what, a record week, 16 arrests for Calhoun County's Most Wanted, and that's awesome, you know.
That is absolutely incredible. You guys doing a great job, so thank you very much for helping us raise that total up. We had so many arrests this week, we couldn't fit all the pictures up on one screen.
I like to have that problem. I mean, 16 people put in jail raises our total back up to over 3,000 arrests. They're just doing a great job. You know, Chris, this time a month ago, the jail had about 350 people in it. So in the last 30 days, our population has gone up over 100 people. We're now at 462 today. You know, and I hate that people's in jail and I hate that people's not doing right, but if they're not going to do right and they're breaking the laws, what better place for them to be? And hey, there's 100 more people in our jail that if they weren't in jail, they might be out breaking the law.
And of course, the more crowded it gets, the tougher it is for our correctional officers, which this is their week. They should be respected and honored this week.
Like I said, this is 462 people in jail. This week is National Correctional Officers Week. There's about 7 or 8 correctional officers watching 400 and something people.
That's a heck of a job.
Heck of a job. They don't get a lot of thanks for what they do. They're not appreciated very much. They normally in the spotlights when something goes wrong, but each and every day they go in there and deal with people that have committed anything from murders to bad checks, and they try to treat them professional, take care of them while keeping them in jail and keeping our community safe. So we appreciate them.
Hats off to everybody doing that job. We do appreciate you very much. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a rich like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
But now I am
sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford for the best cars and best price.
Let's get started on the lineup for this week's episode of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Today, we are looking for Michael May of Oxford. He is wanted for failure to appear for unlawful manufacture of a controlled substance. Also, Javarius Gladden of Anniston wanted on a bond revocation for possession of marijuana first degree and a bond revocation for use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Christy Davis from Anniston wanted on probation violation for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. Kevin Winningham is from Anniston. He is wanted on a probation violation for receiving stolen property, 2nd degree. John Farrell of Anniston, wanted on a bond revocation for violating the Sex Offender Registration and Notification Act. Edward Breimer of Ohatchee, wanted for probation violation for 3rd degree burglary. And Tavante Bradford of Anniston, wanted on probation revocation for 2nd degree possession of marijuana. That's just the first half of our lineup. We've got more individuals that we need your help with coming up in just a few minutes. If you have any information about these cases, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. All right, welcome back. We will have more bad guys for you here in just a few moments, but right now we want to welcome Brooke Nelson onto the show to talk about the Cheehaw Challenge Grand Fondo that is coming up.
That is correct. It's coming up on Sunday, May the 17th, and we're very excited to invite hundreds of riders from all over the country to come and visit our area.
Okay, we have a lot of people that do know, but for a lot of people that have no clue, what in the world is a Grand Fondo?
What the heck is that? Grand Fondo is just a great way to say a grand party, and it's an elevated ride. It's we have a lot of extra food. We have a lot of extra amenities that go with this ride. And the Cheehaw Challenge has been around this is our 23rd year to hold this ride. And it has all different distances, but it's a century ride, which is 100 miles. But people can choose different distances to go.
Matthew just had a heart attack over there.
I show up for the food part, but I don't know about riding 100 miles on a bicycle.
It's 100 miles, but you get to go down the hill, all the way down Cheehaw, downhill.
Can you get off and push the bike up the hill?
There are people that do, because some people overestimate their training. But the challenge, like I said, has been around a long time, and it starts and finishes at JSU at Pete Matthews Coliseum, cuts over to Highway 9, then goes up 78, over to 281, the scenic byway, goes up and over the top of Alabama at Cheehaw State Park, and then goes out to Adams Gap, then comes back.
Some of the most beautiful terrain that you could possibly see. Does anybody actually comprehend what they're seeing after they've been 100 miles on a bike?
Absolutely. You'd be surprised at how many people take pictures. It's a little dangerous to take a selfie, but they do that, and they'll post them, and they're gorgeous shots. My favorite view of the whole course is once you come out of Cheehaw State Park, headed toward Adams Gap. It's a lot of downhill, and it's just beautiful, but you see all the mountains laid out there in different shades of green, and it just takes your breath away.
Bicycling is really something that is taking over in Calhoun County and making a huge difference already, but the potential for what it can do for us moving forward is limitless.
It is, and we have a huge number of cyclists in our area. It's a very rich cycling community, and we're fortunate to have that. This is Bicycle Month, so that's a great thing to have as well. But we do have a lot of riders in our areas, but you might be surprised to know that only about 11% of our riders come from the Calhoun County area. So it's a great tourism opportunity for our area to showcase what we have here. And we were doing a great job with the Cheehaw Challenge, but we decided to make it a little bit more challenging. So this year we added what we're calling an ultra, which is another 24 miles on top of the 100. As if that wasn't
100 miles and going up the highest mountain in Alabama. That's not enough.
That's not enough.
That's for wimps.
Right. So this is actually for very experienced riders. And
you think.
It's another 24 miles that encompasses all the major climbs. And since we were doing a great job of attracting climbers, we decided we needed to do something to appeal for all level of rider. So we offer the Chief Ladiga Cruise Ride, which is considered a family ride. It's a little bit kinder, gentler ride that starts 30 minutes after the challenge and goes straight up the Chief Ladiga Trail.
All right, so what is the perfect forecast? Obviously, we don't want to rain out, but we don't want it too hot either. What do the people that do this on a regular basis, what are they hoping for when they come to town?
Well, they're hoping to have perfect weather. Would probably be a little bit cool in the morning, stay a little bit overcast and cool through the day because there's not a lot of protection from the sun. All of our rest stops, we have 10 of them, all of them have sunscreen. They have a lot of liquids, so they're very well prepared for it. But a beautiful day would start out probably in the 50s or 60s and not get a whole lot hotter. But we're talking about May. You never know what's going to happen there. Our biggest numbers have been in May, and so we're hoping to have that again. We'd love to break our records.
And you mentioned the rest stops. That's one of the areas where you have a lot of volunteers getting involved. This could not happen without a lot of people who aren't participating in the ride itself, participating in making the ride possible.
Right. We have over 350 people that are volunteers for this. These are people on the course, like the rest stops that you mentioned. And then we have EMS. We have all the local law enforcement. They're all involved. And then we have course marshals all over our course to keep our riders safe, because as the ride director, that's what keeps me awake at night, is how can I think of something to prevent anything from happening. And you know, as long as we can think of it, surely we can prevent it. But you're talking about cycling on skinny little bike tires on the up and over the highest point in Alabama, so things do happen. But we do our best to keep our riders safe.
Yeah, we're looking at this bike behind us here. I guess this is your personal bike?
This is my personal bike. It rode up Chiaha on Sunday, and it's very happy.
You talk about those thin tires. Those are amazingly thin and light. They put a lot of effort into making the bike as light as possible.
Right. Most road bikes you can pick up with just a couple of fingers, and the lighter the better. And they're very, very durable. The components and everything are made out of very lightweight equipment. And so, yeah, weight is the enemy. Just like in running, it's the same as in biking.
Yeah, Matthew, you hear that? Weight is the enemy.
I am the enemy.
We are.
The more you weigh, the more you got to haul up those mountains.
Yeah. All right. We want to talk more about this, but we need to take a break, so we will do that, and we will be back in just a few moments with the second half of this week's lineup and more about the Chiha Challenge Grand Fondo on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost. But now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
And here we go with the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Kelly Sumbatov from Alexandria is wanted for unauthorized use of a vehicle. Jonathan Williams from Anniston wanted for violation of a protection from abuse order. Roderick Orr of Anniston wanted for failure to pay for second-degree possession of marijuana. Angel Butts of Anniston wanted for failure to appear for second-degree possession of marijuana. Glenn Hamilton of Anniston wanted for failure to appear for third-degree theft of property. Dania Jones of Alexandria wanted for criminal trespass third degree and assault third degree. If you have any information about these cases, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. They want your information, not your name. You could get a cash reward of up to $1,000. Still more crime fighting for you. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about several property crimes that we need your help with. But right now we're talking with Brooke Nelson, getting ready for the big bike race. Of course, we already had the downtown bike races where a bunch of people riding through Noble Street in that area. But this is the one that we've had for several years where people go up Chiha, the Chiha Challenge Grand Fondo, a completely different kind of race, Brooke.
It is. It is. It's an endurance ride. And we try to stay away from calling it a race just because of our insurance, our liability. But granted, there are a lot of people that race this event and want to see what kind of times they put down. We actually have one section that is timed. We have mats down, and all of our riders are chipped, so we don't lose them. We can keep up with them. But there's a section called 3 Mile Climb that starts at the base of Chihuahua State Park, goes up there to the top, and whoever wins that section gets the King of the Mountain or Queen of the Mountain jersey, special one made just for them.
Very cool. All right, so if somebody is watching this saying, I'm an idiot, I want to do this to myself, how do we get registered?
Well,
how do they get registered?
There's a lot of idiots saying they want to do this. Actually, like we were talking about, there's a huge cycling community in our area and throughout the southeast, so we draw from a lot. But our website is ChihuahuaChallenge.com. You can't get any simpler than that. It's got all the information about the Chihuahua Challenge changes from the last few years, about the Chief Ladaga Cruise, the family ride, as well as probably the most important information is what to do that weekend. And on Saturday, we're having packet pickup where people can come in that have already registered, pick up their event shirts, their jerseys, their numbers, and that's at Wiggs Wheels from 10 to 3 on Saturday, May 16th. And then we're moving everything to the Harley-Davidson stage, and it's being catered by Mellow Mushroom. We're having a pre-ride party, and they can pick up and register there. And if they wait till the very last minute, they can still register and pick up their packets on Sunday morning starting at 5:30 up at JSU.
All right, well, let's take a second and talk to the people who have absolutely no interest in participating in this event. They're not going to ride, they're not going to volunteer, but they're going to be out on the roads in our area on Sunday, May 17th. They need to know all about this.
Right, and that is one of the things I really want to impress upon people. These are visitors to our area. We want them to come. We want them to come back. We want to keep them safe. So what I would stress is be patient. If you see cyclists on the road, yell nice things at them like, good job, you know, you're going to make it. But anyone thinking of maybe touring up the scenic byway, up 281, going to Chihuahua on Sunday, May the 17th, I would highly encourage them maybe to go on Saturday or wait till another weekend, purely because there will be so many cyclists. There will be a lot of delays. They will probably be stopped by law enforcement and warned of this. There's a lot of flyers we're putting out. Mainly, we want people ahead of time to know this. Also, the city of Jacksonville is a wonderful host for our event. They're very welcoming. But I'd like to warn those people that on that Sunday morning, there's going to be a lot of riders going from Pete Matthews down 21, cutting over at the Sonic, and then riders are going to be coming back up Church Street and cutting onto Mountain Street. So be very, very patient. We've invited all those churches that are on the route to come out and sing songs and cheer them on as they go through the town going out, and then also when they come back.
All right, so Matthew, from a law enforcement standpoint, what do we need to know as drivers and as cyclists?
First and foremost, be patient. You know, like she said, these people come to our community, they're spending money, they help our economy, so it is a benefit to you. Sometimes it can be aggravating. Have patience, go slow. Everybody wants to be safe. Everybody needs to make it home safely. You know, and people talk about bicycles being on the road, they need to ride on a trail or something. But if you read Alabama law, that bicycle has just as much right to the road as a car does, and there's laws to protect them from that. And once again, take a deep breath, plan early, know about it, be patient, and if it's nice, say it. If it's not, keep it to yourself.
So your bike here, a lot of people don't realize how much air pressure you actually put in those tires. Those are pumped up pretty tight, aren't they?
They are. They're pumped up. Of course, it depends on your weight as well. I generally pump mine up to what I weigh. But
we won't ask you then.
but that's just how I can remember it. But yeah, it says you want a good air pressure there. You know, things happen. There'll be flats as people are riding the course. We have SAG vehicles. We have 4 just on the challenge alone. And of course, we have a lot of safety vehicles on there as well. But if they were to have a problem, somebody's going to be right there.
All right, remind us again the website where people can get all the information they need.
ChihuahuaChallenge.com. Very, very simple. My contact information is there. If they're interested in volunteering, would love to have them. We have a lot of different areas they could help with.
Yeah, and again, this year we've got so many different options for the ride. If you don't want to go up Chihuahua and back, there are still some rides that you can do.
Correct. You can go, if you're familiar with the Chief Ladaga Trail, it goes straight. Well, actually, you can start in Anniston, but for this event, we're going to start there at Jacksonville and go. And we geared this for families of riders, maybe mom's out doing the challenge, dad's stuck with 2 kids. You know, what do you do for several hours? You stick them on their bikes with their helmets, and we go up the Chief Ladaga Cruise. It's a very easy paved trail. And we have rest stops on it, one at 2 miles, which is at Germania Springs, a great point to get kids to. You can sort of bribe them. You know, there's a playground there, there's a creek, there's potties, and there's a rest stop there, and then turn around and come back. Most kids can do 4 miles on the trail. Then there's another one at 7 and one at 12.
All right. Well, ChihaChallenge.com is the website. You can get all the information you need there. Brooke, thank you for being here today with us on the show.
Enjoyed it. Thank you.
And we will be back with your Crazy Criminal and the Crime Stoppers segment of Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch
like me.
I once was.
Homeless.
Broken. Sad.
just lost.
But now I am
Sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
We have several property crimes that we want your help with this week. We'll start off with this one where sometime between March 23rd and April 22nd, a wrecker push bumper, approximately 100 vehicle rims, and miscellaneous iron and pipe were stolen from this property located on Highway 431 North in Anniston. Between April 21st and 22nd, a residence on Mountain View Road in Wellington was broken into. Assorted jewelry was stolen. Between April 20th and 21st, a residence on Highway 78 East in Anniston was broken into. Copper pipe was stolen here. Between April 24th and 26th, the red Suzuki Forenza was broken into while parked at a residence on Armstrong Street in Anniston. Damage was caused to the vehicle and the lug nut covers were removed. Between April 20th and 25th, a green 2009 Yamaha Grizzly ATV was stolen from this residence on Thompson Drive in Ohatchee. Between April 12th and 25th, the residence located on Mountain Drive in Jacksonville was broken into. Damage was caused to the residence, but nothing has been reported stolen at this time. Between March 29th and April 22nd, a green Dodge Ram was stolen from a residence on Old Highway 431 in Glencoe. And between April 23rd and 24th, a workshop located on Rock Springs Road in Ohatchee was broken into. A Porter cable pancake compressor, chainsaw, and 2 weed eaters were stolen here. Between April 23rd and 24th, approximately 600 feet of 4-strand aluminum wiring was stolen from a residence on Rainbow Drive in Anniston. Between April 14th and 28th, a storage building located on Old Sulphur Springs Road in Wellington was broken into. 2 Stihl chainsaws were stolen. Between April 27th and 28th, the storage building located on Highway 204 in Jacksonville was broken into. Chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and tools were all stolen here. If you have any information about these cases or any others, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. They want your information, not your name, and you could get a cash reward of up to $1,000.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, sometimes criminals get a little bit cocky, usually in a different way from our crazy criminal this week.
Is this like the third or fourth week in a row we've had a homegrown crazy criminal?
It is.
It's awesome.
Is it?
Well, you know, things that happen in the way. We were working Talladega this weekend. This has actually happened to me. We were working Talladega race this weekend, and on Thursday we were riding through the campground, and I happened to see a gamecock, a live rooster. It was gorgeous, sitting there, and they had it chained to their campsite. You know, he was kind of walking around, and I thought, I took a picture of it and said, hey, that's pretty neat. Well, it was an oddity, right? Well, Sunday morning we report for duty at 4 o'clock in the morning, and about 8 o'clock we got a report that the gamecock had been stolen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Do we have a picture of the stolen gamecock? There we go.
There it is. That's the picture.
If anybody sees this stolen gamecock, please return it. Actually, though, we've got good news, don't we?
We do have good news. I was patrolling, you know, we got the bolo about 8 o'clock in the morning. About an hour and a half later, I'm driving through the campground working and see a guy holding the gamecock. You know, so of course we go have a conversation with him, and of course, what do you think he says when we ask him how he got it? He said he just found it.
Right.
Yeah, right. But
fell off the back of a truck.
Fell off the back of the truck, but you know, it's an unusual thing. The first for me to recover a stolen chicken, rooster, but we did it.
The lesson here, which we shouldn't have to tell you, if you're going to be spending time at the campgrounds at Talladega Superspeedway, anything valuable, which apparently this gamecock was worth $1,000, they say, don't just leave it outside. Not in the campground at Talladega. Just don't. All right, that's all the time that we have for this week. We will be looking for you again next week, and maybe your chicken as well, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost.
but now I am
Sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.